What is up, guys? It's Megan giving you another deck for Link Evolution. Today, guys, we're doing an OCG deck, and that is a Celtic Guardian control deck. The reason why we're doing this is because on stream we were talking about like decks, and I mentioned that there was a deck that reached second in the OCG, and it was a Celtic Guardian control. No one believed me, so I basically just built the deck on this game and showed, and believe it or not, it actually does annoy a lot of people. So without any further ado, guys, you're gonna see how an OCG deck does in the TCG. If you have any struggles on how to make this deck, check out the card hub in the description down below. Really great, guys, helps you to find any card in the game. And if further ado, guys, is of course 3 copies of OG Celtic Guardian. Because it's a normal monster, you can special summon it easy off Unexpected Die, which does help if you want to go into some like rank 4 plays and some link plays, because obviously you can special summon it out, and also it's great for baiting out an Ash Blossom. Baiting out an Ash Blossom. We have 3 copies of Barrier Statue of Drow. This card alone has run me 3 games, simply because you'll see in the replays, I literally just summon Barrier Statue, set 3 pass, opponent insta surrenders because they can't out Barrier Statue. Why can't not they out it? Because its effect is neither plague special monsters except for Earth. Obviously we're all catered for, but Earth is a very uncommon like attribute. So Zodiacs, yes, they are all Earth, but they are dead in this game because Dryden is banned. If they put Dryden back, this card wouldn't be that as popular because obviously Dryden is an absolute animal. But the other cards like Goki are very unpopular, so again, Earth is just an unpopular attribute. So Barrier Statue alone can near enough win you games. We've got 3 copies of Celtic Guardian Noble Arms because this guy is 2100 attack and is a level 4 monster, which means it does have a drawback. The drawback is it can't attack unless you have no cards in your hand, which is really easy to actually do because you just set all your cards. So Celtic Guardian can special summon any Celtic Guardian monster from your hand. That does include itself. That does include itself once per turn. And also, should you deal damage with this card, you get to draw cards equal to the number of Celtic Guardians you control. So if you only control this card and you do damage to your opponent, you get to draw 1 card. If you had 3 Celtic Guardians in play, you draw 3. See what I mean? That's why this deck kind of runs. It's because your Celtic Guardian of Noble Arms just lets you keep redrawing stuff. You've got the Barrier Statue to lock your opponent in, and then you just go mad and basically use the control style. And then we're running Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, simply because it's another Celtic Guardian monster, and which has the effect where it can't be destroyed by battle with monsters with 1900 or more attack points. Onto the spells, guys. We are running 1 copy of Card Demise because it is limited to 1. If you could have all 3, I would take out Unexpected Die and Double or Nothing and go in to 3 Card Demise to make the deck more consistent. So you get drawn to your holding 3 cards, and then you basically have to discard your hand during the end phase. But being able to draw like 3 floodgates from this 1 card can really come in handy. Now, because I was missing the card, guys, and because it is very easy to go into rank 4s, I decided to put in Double or Nothing, simply because you could just go into Utopia, then Utopia Double, then Utopia, to go for an OTK with 10,000 attack points. It's the only reason we do it. It is a Garnet, and you do add it to your hand with Utopia Double, but that is the only reason why I play Double or Nothing. Mage Power I decided to add, guys, because in the OCG they have equipped cards that we don't have access to. So I was short a few equipped cards. I decided to put in Mage Power because we set a lot of cards, like a lot of floodgates and stuff, so Mage Power just gives any one of your monsters, like Barrier Statue or your Celtic Guardian, just overpowered attack points. Moon Mirror Shield is one of the best equipped cards you can equip to the Barrier Statue of Drow, because it makes it so the equipped monster, so Barrier Statue, will always have 100 attack points higher than the monster it's attacking. So that means it will always be the monster it's attacking in. So that means Barrier Statue is absolutely overpowered, because it means your opponent can't out Barrier Statue by battle. They've got to out it with a card effect. We've got 3 copies of Card Demise because a lot of our cards are running basically 2s or 3s off anyway. Yes, we've got the odd like staple that's like 1 copy, but it doesn't really matter. Drawing those 2 cards is really key. But again, we're running 2 cards of Polyduality because we're not. It's more on the control style, especially with the Barrier Statue. You just want to get those like floodgates as quickly as you can to shut down your opponent. And yes, you can't special summon, but again, getting those key cards is really good. Then we've got 2 copies of Power of Guardians. This is like another version of Moon Mirror Shield. So basically, you equip it to 1 monster, and then should it attack or should it engage in a battle, it gains a spell counter. It gains 500 attack for each spell counter. Really great. And also, if it would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you just remove a spell counter from it instead. So doing this, like I say, attaching it to the Barrier Statue of Drow, every time Drow is engaged in a battle, even if it attacks, it's going to get stronger and stronger. And then, obviously, like I say, if it would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you just remove a counter from it instead, and then it pretty much makes it so barrier statue sticks around. Reinforcement of the army, because this can search out any of the Celtic Guardian cards that we need. Scapegoat, guys, because Scapegoat tokens are Earth attributes, so even if you have Barrier Statue of Drought in play, you can still play Scapegoat, and Scapegoat, if you're under Barrier Statue, can summon out 2 Link monsters to give Barrier Statue 1,000 more attack points, or this one card alone, if you're not under Drought, can bring out Boral Sword Dragon to help you like finish off games. We've got a copy of Unexpected Die. Like I say, if you control no monsters, special summon a level 4 normal monster from your deck. So basically, this summons out Celtic Guardian. Onto the traps class. Like I say, the monsters actually do monster things. The spells are actually there to like you just draw cards, and the traps are here to basically floodgate your opponent. It's actually really like old school deck. So we've got 3 copies of Compulse, guys. You can target 1 monster in the field, return it back into the hand. It does target, which is kind of harsh. But being able to just outright any one of your opponent's like combo extenders or combo starters, you just bounce it back, you don't want to see it, and it kind of can interrupt their strategy. 2 copies of Crackdown, guys. Crackdown is one of the best cards in the one of the best floodgates. If you want to pull it for free, be my guest. Basically, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and you take control of it. And while you control it, it can't activate its abilities. So say your opponent summons like Alistair, you can chain Crackdown to it. That way you take control of Alistair, and then you negate his effect where your opponent won't add Invocation. And also, you can steal your opponent's level 4 monsters, and you can go into rank 4s with them, or you could just use them for Xyz play. Also for Link play. We've got Imperial Order because yes, we are running some equip cards, but you don't get, like, especially with Desires, your equip cards can get banished. So even if you just draw your floodgates, you can just shut down all spells, which is really great. We've got 3 copies of Judgment, 1 Strike, and then 1 Warning. The Solemn Brigade is really great. They all do different things, so please bear in mind that they aren't all the same. So Judgment and Warning will basically, should your opponent summon a monster, you can negate the activation and destroy it. Strike will do the same, but to a special summon monster. Please bear that in mind. So Judgment, you could pay half your life points, and you negate the summon of a monster or a spell or trap. Solemn Strike, you basically pay 1,500 life points to negate a monster effect or negate a special summon. And then Solemn Warning would negate would negate the summon of a monster or a spell or trap effect, or a spell trap or monster effect. So again, they all kind of do different things. The only difference is Strike and Warning, you have to pay a specific amount of life points. However, Judgment, you can just basically half your life points regardless of what total you have. And then we have got Storming of Mirror Force, because it's the best form of Mirror Force. It doesn't target and it doesn't destroy. So that means you can get around even like Chaos Max Dragon, which can't be destroyed in battle and can't be targeted. Because this isn't destroying the cards, it just bounces them back into the hand. Getting it around that way with the original Mirror Force, yes, it doesn't target, but it does destroy. And a lot of cards do have protection, like especially using cards like IP Masquerade gives all your monsters protection. So getting around Mirror Force just gets around any like unbeatable monster really. On to the extra deck, guys. We are running Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is one of the best rank 4s in the game. Basically shuts down the graveyard if you go into it, which is great, especially if you're going up against like Salmon Grace and stuff like that. We are using the Utopia package, so Utopia double, and because we are using Utopia, we're using Utopia the Lightning. So Utopia double, guys, its effect is you can basically detach one Xyz material, add double or nothing from your deck to your hand, then summon a Utopia monster and double that monster's attack points. So because you need to have double or nothing in the deck, if you draw Utopia, if you do draw double or nothing, you can't play double's ability, sadly. But if you do play double's ability to summon out Utopia, it'll be on 5,000 attack points. Then you simply attack with Utopia. Its ability, its own ability, you use an overlay unit to negate his attack. Then double or nothing will double Utopia's attack points to 10,000. Then you can attack again for an OTK. Or you can go into Utopia the Lightning, and this guy you can just use any Utopia monster to bring him out. If this guy attacks, your opponent can't activate spell or traps, gives it really great. And also, if it engages an attack with a monster, you can use 2 overlay units and make it attack 5,000. So you can even out a lot of monsters. We have got Babushka, guys, because he is also an Earth attribute, so you could even go into him even if you are under Barrier Statue of Drow. So Babushka makes it if it's in defense mode, every monster is forced into defense mode, and rather in defense, they can't activate their abilities. Yes, it doesn't work on link monsters, but it does work against like any other type of monster, and monsters known as the Babushka lock. And then we are running Tornado Dragon because this guy is basically MST on legs. He's basically a 2100 attack MST. Then Links, guys, we are using Borrowsword Dragon to help OTK should we need it, especially from Scapegoat. We've got Nightmare Phoenix, where you simply discard any card you want, target a spell or trap your opponent controls, and destroy it. Nightmare Unicorn, you discard one card, target one card your opponent has on the field, and bounce it back into the deck. So it's like a mini version of Compulse. Then we have got Link Spider, Link Karibo. So the reason we're running these is because of Scapegoat. So in order to go into Borrowsword, you need 3 effect monsters. So you can use your Link Karibo, your Link Spider, to basically tribute your Scapegoat tokens to go into these things, because these are Link effect monsters. Because they're effect monsters, you can go into Borrowsword. And the other monster you can go into is Secretary Dragon, because again, 2 monsters, you use this, Link Karibo and Link Spider, and you can go into Borrowsword Dragon. So 1 simple Scapegoat equals Borrowsword, finish off the games. We are using Met Knight Crusader Avamax because in case we need to go in to him. So you need at least 2+ monsters, some from the extra deck, really easy really. And this guy, if it attacks a monster that is special summoned, it gains that monster's attack points. Should it leave the field, it basically turns into a unicorn and bounces a card back into the deck. And also, if it was link summoned, it can't be targeted by card effects. And then finally we've got Mrs. Radiant, I believe it's called. This monster, you need 2 Earth monsters. The Scapegoat tokens are Earth monsters, please bear in mind. So you can even use this card under Drought. And this card makes it so all Earth monsters like Drought will gain 500 attack points. So this card makes all our Celtic Guardians, all Droughts, gain 500 extra attack points. So if you summon both of them off a Scapegoat, which you easily can, all your Earth monsters, including themselves, will gain 1,000 more attack points, which is really incredible, especially because it means a lone barrier statue could be up to 2,000 attack points. And that's it for the deck, guys. It is a really fun deck. I really suggest you guys pick it up. It is really a piss take because all of your trap cards just really screw your opponent. A lot of people do leave because they just rage. Either they got trapped or the barrier statue kind of locked them out of doing their plays. So I hope you guys enjoy the replays. Do stay tuned for the next get, guys, because it's a deck I had to make because of a Twitch thing I have where I have to make a deck if someone requests some points, which is an A to Z Dragon Buster deck. So stay tuned for that, guys. Wherever you are in the world, guys, take care. If you enjoyed the deck, hit that thumbs up, consider subscribing, because everyone does help out the channel. So that's it from me. Take care, have a great day or night.